Hello and welcome back to my channel. For today's project, we will be crocheting a colorful snake. Here are the supplies you will need. We're going to need stuffing. This is just an example. You're going to need quite a bit more stuffing than this. We need a yarn. We got our very colorful yarn. This is our Big Twist rainbow yarn. Plastic darning needle. Scissors. Stitch marker. Your crochet hook. You'll need either some safety eyes, or if you don't have any safety eyes, some sticky googly eyes will do just fine for this project. So let's get started. We're going to get started with a magic ring. If you don't know how to make a magic ring, I'm going to put a link right in the description below to help you out. I don't usually use the 2-finger method. I kind of prefer doing it this way. And for the sake of brevity, there we go. So we're going to start with 1 chain, and then we're going to do 8 single crochet into the ring. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you're not sure how to do single crochet, I went ahead and put a link in the description for you. We're going to pull that ring to close. This tutorial assumes that you already know how to do basic crochet stitches. Alright, for the next round, we are going to do an increase in each of the next 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 2 single crochet in the next 8 stitches. Squeeze that in there. There's 1. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and put my marker there. I grabbed me a bad marker. I gotta get a different one. This one doesn't even close. Alright, let me see. Keep it handy right there. There we go. 1 stitch down. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Here's 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. So that completes round 2. I'm just going to pull that really tight to close. You might find your stitches would be tighter, and I'm not doing it in this tutorial, if you do the yarn under method, or maybe even switch to a smaller hook so less stuffing would show through. But we're doing it this way for the sake of the tutorial. For round 3, we're going to do 7 single crochet and then an increase twice. So let's go ahead and get that started. That's 1 single crochet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're going to do our increase. That's 2 single crochet in the next stitch. 1, 2, 7 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then an increase. So now you should have 18 stitches at the conclusion. So we're going to go ahead and remove our stitch marker, and we're going to move right on to round 4, and we're going to do 18 single crochet all the way around. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it should be curling up a little bit on you, 6, this is normal, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, starting to change colors, 13, excuse me, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18 stitches, and we've arrived back at our stitch marker. So I'm going to pull that tight again. So right around this point we are going to attach our safety eyes, or for if you don't have safety eyes you can use your sticky eyes, and we're just going to put it right in between these rounds that we just did, rounds 3 and 4. So let me go ahead and get my safety eyes. I've got 12mm glitter. And so remember when we came back last time, we did 7 single crochet and an increase, and so those increases are going to be where you want your eyes to be. So we're going to count 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then right here is where we want our first eye to be. I'm just going to go 1 row below, like that. And I'm going to apply my eye. There's 1. Now go ahead and count off 7 more stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I shouldn't have counted that one, but it's 7, and my other increase was right here from the last round. So that's where my next eye is going to go. Again, I'm going to go about 1 row below, right down here, because we want our eyes to be directly on the sides of the head. And we're going to go ahead and insert that. Whoop. Many of y'all know safety eyes, they can be a little tricky sometimes to get all the way down in there. I think we got it. So that starts that. And from here we are going to do 9 decreases. So we're starting On round 5 now, it's going to be 9 decreases starting from right here. And I'm not going to bother with the invisible decrease this time, but if you would like to, you may. Here's 1, if I can get that in there. That's my first decrease. If you wonder why I keep using this rainbow yarn for just about every tutorial, it's because it's so bright and it just makes it a lot easier to see the stitches than most of my normal yarns. There's 2 decreases. Here's 3. I'm gonna have to squeeze this past my eye here. I might have to do a front loop only. There we go. 4. 5. 6. 7. 1 more. 8. Should have 8 right here. And then you should have 2 stitches remaining. Feel free to slow this down or back up as much as you need if you're finding this difficult. Here's 9. 9 decreases. So let's see how many stitches we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You should have 9 stitches. 9 would be the magic number here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of stuffing just to get my head started. It's already starting out beautiful. We're going to leave this tail here. Do not cut off your tail. This is the snake's tongue, as it were. So we want to make sure we leave that for the duration of our project. Alright. So now we are going to begin round 6. And in round 6, we're going to do 1 single crochet and a decrease. So let's go ahead and get that started. Here's 1 single crochet. I'm going to put in my stitch marker here. Decrease. That's 1. 1 single crochet. Decrease. That's 2. Don't want to get too much off camera there. 1 single crochet. And then do 2 more single crochet. There we go. So here comes the easy part. We're going to be doing 7 single crochet each round. And I'm not going to tell you how many rounds to do because it's going to depend entirely on you. If you want a short snake, you do a shorter number of rounds. If you want a long snake, then you do a large number of rounds. It all depends on your preference. So I'm going to do a few with you because all it is 7 single crochet going around and around each round. And then I'll come back when I'm finished and we're ready to close this off. All right, so 1 single crochet, 2, oh, my stitch marker came loose there, 2, 3, 4, 5, here's 6, and 7. All right, so that is just round 1, just to start. We're just going to do it again. All depends on you. 1, 2, 3, oh, stitch marker got in the way there, 2, 3, and I'm not going to be replacing my stitch marker every round. I can see where it is right there. 4, 5, here's 6, and 7. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we're gonna do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, I veered off a bit. 7. Okay, so every, I want to say 2 or 3 rounds or so, you're going to want to stop and you're going to want to stuff your snake. And I know it's kind of a tight squeeze, so I kind of take like the sharp end of my scissors, you know, closed end, and just stuff it in there. Do not wait until you've done a large number of rows, and don't wait, certainly do not wait to the end, because you will not be able to stuff it. You really have to stuff, and stuff lightly as you go. All right, so if I flatten that out a bit, this is the start of our snake, my little cutie pie, and I will see you when we're ready to close this up. Okay, so now that I've done my rounds, and I didn't count how many, I've gotten my snake to about 12 inches long. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to stuff this last little bit, just as I have been doing, and I hope you've been doing throughout your rounds. I'm going to just stuff, lightly stuff. If you overstuff, you kind of get little holes there, here and there. See that? And your snake might want to twist a little bit, but you can go ahead and just adjust accordingly. All right, and for our final round, we are going to do 1 single crochet and decrease. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Got my little tail end here. 1 single crochet. Yeah, at some point I didn't bother with my stitch marker anymore. I just took it off there. And single crochet, decrease. I'm gonna adjust my camera because my arm keeps wanting to go over here, and it doesn't help you if I do that. 1 single crochet. I go off camera, and then decrease. There we go. So we're going to remove our stitch marker, and now's the time where we can fasten off. One moment. I'm going to get a little ahead of you here. Make kind of a long tail. I'm supposed to fasten off first before you put it on the needle. Excuse me. There we go. Fasten off. It's a little frayed here, so I'm just going to cut that. Make it a little neater. And go ahead, stick that in there. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna find our front loops right here. That's these little guys. And we're just gonna weave in and out of the front loops. All the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then go ahead and pull that tight closed. Good and tight. Should have a nice little point. Make a knot. I'm going to snip that. I'm going to cut this off my needle. Oop, that just kind of splashed everywhere, didn't it? Now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of hide our tail inside our snake here. Our yarn tail. Pull it out a little bit so it gives it a nice little point. And now your snake should be complete. Let me get that little dust bunny off there. Little hair. Don't you just love when you wrap your own hair up on your crochet creations? Should be quite bendy. If you were to insert a pipe cleaner in here, you might make it be able to stay and keep its shape, but we didn't do that today. But it can curl up like this. This is a very quick and easy make. Good for market sales. Look at that. It's just a little cutie. So I hope you had fun. Be blessed. Have an absolutely fantastic day. Remember that Jesus loves you, and we should always pray without ceasing. Have a wonderful day.